What's up, YouTube? Game Over 86 coming back with another video. And in this video, I am going to say something crazy that people may not like, some people may love, but I'm going to be truthful and honest, and this is my opinion. But I am going to probably generate a little bit of heat for this video, and that's okay. So if you guys are new to this channel, sit back, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you do enjoy it. Leave me a comment down below. And if you guys are my returning subscribers, thank you guys very much. Stay safe wherever you guys are at. So without further ado, let's talk about what's about to be crazy. And I'm going to make something crazy, say something crazy that's going to piss a lot of people off. But I hope you guys do understand where I'm coming from.
It's that Super Bowl, no, she my flow. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this, man. I'm going to get a little bit of heat from it, but this is me being real, so I hope you guys appreciate this. This is a real quick video, so stay and watch this, man. I really do appreciate it. Anybody new out there, like I said, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. This is the question I'm going to ask. Does 4K really matter when it comes to online multiplayer? When it comes to competition, when it comes to first-person shooters, does it really matter when you're trying to get that upper hand, the advantage? The time, the lag, delay, any of that stuff. The refresh rate? No, it does not matter. And here's why. Because when you run it at 4K online multiplayer like PubG, it's running at a small amount of frames, like 30 frames. You don't have an upper hand. So a lot of people run it at 1080p and push 60 frames, or whatever they can handle, whether it be on a PC or if they're running it through with their Xbox through a PC. And the difference is that I hear all these Xbox fanboys say that we got true 4K and the PlayStation 4 Pro don't, which really don't matter to me because when you play all your online multiplayer games, I don't want to play in 4K. I don't care that little Johnny over here is, laying in the grass. Like a 1080p, I can still see it, especially on the monitor I play or the TV that I play on. I can see it. I would rather play it at 1080 at 60 frames per second because my delay time on my monitor is way high. My hertz and everything, right? The milliseconds. And that matters to a lot of gamers, a lot of fans out there that like my channel, a lot of people out there that support my channel. They understand. Some of them may not. Some of them may disagree with this video. That's fine. That's what this video is about, is to bring awareness and to make you guys all think and have thoughts and have your guys' opinion on my channel. That's what I'm doing. I just want everybody to realize, is 4K really that important? You know, when it comes to online multiplayer shooters or any of them types of games when you're trying to compete to win. Because I would rather play 4K on a single story-driven game and play that and experience everything around it and not have to worry about getting shot in the back or shooting somebody quicker or defusing a bomb in time, or watching out for this, or making all these decisions, like in Battlefront and the Battlefield and Call of Duties, and even non-sports games. Just ask your guys self this question: 4K Xbox people that push it, a lot of their online multiplayer games, that's what they want to play. Now I understand not all games are going to have that lag latency, but really, when you're competing or playing a lot of online shooters or online multiplayer games, you want to have the best advantage, the best rate, the refresh rate. You don't want to be that guy sitting back going, oh man. And don't anybody tell me that you can't watch it at 1080p and not see the guy down there. Most people now have a 4K TV or HDR. So don't even say, well, you can't see the guy that far. Yeah, you can. I've been gaming for years. 1080p and 60 frames is still the best way to game when you're competing when it comes to shooters or quick-paced style games online. So that's my question. I know it may piss you guys off, but I personally think 4K would look better just for single-player games. And then when you go to multiplayer, knock it down. Knock it down to 1080p 60 frames, because most of your 4K games are going to run at 30 frames a second, and most game companies out there don't want to make it at 60 frames a second, because it's going to come out for the PC as well, and you can do whatever you want there. So they just make it at 30 frames and all that other stuff because it don't use as much GPU or CPU power to generate it 30 frames. That's why a lot of the games don't run at 4K at 60 frames, because it just takes too much power over a continual basis to have the advantage, whether it be shooters, whether it be racing. Yes, there's some games out there that does it, but you got to remember, not all games do it. And if Xbox fans want to, say, hey, we got these games that are all multiplayer. You guys just got story-driven games and whatnot, right? Well, like I said, I'd rather play at 1080p at 60 frames on an online multiplayer shooter than I would play 4K at 30 frames, because that's the biggest difference when you're coming to competition. And if Xbox is trying to drive competition, which I know they want to get 4K at 60 frames on any game, I get that. They're going PC pretty much anyway. I mean, that's what it is practically. But if you ask me, like I said, I could throw an 80-yard pass in football. Yeah, it looks great. Oh, it looks pretty. I can see all the detail. But if it gets picked off, what's the point? You didn't do anything. And I'm using that as a reference. Well, 4K can look great, but if you don't have that advantage and it's running at 30 frames, when you could be running at 60 frames, but you want to see how pretty the game is rather than play the game for what it is. You're playing a shooter for a reason. Well, that's why there's a lag delay, and there's all this resolution and all this other stuff when it comes to the ratios. That's why you always ask yourself, people are out there that are playing these games at 4K, and they're like, man, how did, that's why PubG, to an extent, kind of runs bad on it. It's not just because of that, but it's because it was meant for a keyboard and a mouse. It wasn't meant for a controller, and I'm not dogging PubG, I'm just saying that's why it runs crappy on the Xbox as well. But instead of running at 4K, even on the PC, when I played it on PC, I don't run it at 4K. I just run it at 1080p on like 100 and some frames anyway. But like if I had to just have the lowest amount, it'd be 60, obviously. But that's the thing I was asking. Do you guys think 4K online really matters? To me, I don't. I think 4K online or 4K to single player matters, because you want to see that whole immersive. That's what you're paying for, is that single player world. And I'm not talking upscale or any of that. I'm not saying, well, PlayStation should go get it. They probably will drop a PlayStation 5 with it, and it'll be crazy. And they're probably going to take ideas from Xbox and probably make them maybe better. I don't know. I mean, you'd think they would, because they've already seen kind of what is going on. But that's why I asked this question. It's not a shot at Xbox fans. It's not even a shot at the fanboys out there that want to say, oh, well, we play multiplayer. It doesn't matter, man. It looks pretty. Well, to me, there's the difference. Like, that's just my opinion. I think online should be 1080p at 60 frames. Until they get something powerful enough for console/PCs to run every game at 60 frames at 4K, the advantage is night and day. You guys want to talk about how 4K looks so pretty? Well, you could play that 4K game against me at 30 frames, and I could run it at 1080 at 60 frames, and it wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't even be close. It wouldn't be a challenge. You guys would not even understand or get that whole point. It's night and day. Okay, frames matter. Frames per second matter to a lot of gamers. Not even PC. I mean, in all gamers that are just out there that are competing, whether they're streaming online, whether they're trying to do the best in Fortnite. Like, nobody wants to play it at 4K unless they have the power of the computer to run it. If they're running it on a console and you're running it through your PC to change some of the stuff, you would want to run it at 1080p at 60 frames or whatever frames you can push, but the lowest minimum 60. So ask your guys self this question: is 4K really worth it online multiplayer? Obviously, it's worth it when you're playing games that are single player, whether it be on Xbox One X or whether it be on a PC or upscale on a PS4. But true 4K, is it really worth it when you're trying to be the best? When you're trying, and I get it, some people want to just play to have fun, and that's understandable too. I'm not saying don't play at 4K because you're not good and it'll make you better. It just makes the game experience better if you're wanting to compete, whether it be in first-person shooters or any fast-paced game. 1080p 60 frames is where a lot of people want. Anyway, if you guys do like this video and you guys do understand what I'm just trying to say, leave me a comment. Obviously, subscribe, share this video if you guys like to. All my return subscribers, thank you very much for all the support, all the kind words, all the thumbs ups. I really do appreciate it. And make sure you guys follow me on Twitter that haven't already. I only have 54 followers on Twitter, so make sure you guys beef that up. I'm also going to be streaming coming up this weekend. Right now, it's all tied neck and neck with 3 games. I'm going to be doing Fortnite. I'm going to be doing either Fortnite, Monster Hunter, or God of War again. So make sure you guys check that out as well. Make sure you follow me there because that's where I post a lot of my stuff. Some of my Q&A, you guys can kind of get to know me a little bit better through there as well. Anyway, you guys take care of yourself. As always, stay safe. Game Over 86 is out. Peace, guys.